Hello everybody, we are here to talk about the OP-1. This is the most polarizing piece of gear that I have ever seen. Some people love it, some people hate it, some people say, best thing I've bought, I make so much more music because of it, and some people say, this is an overpriced toy that is worthless. So who is right? We'll see. So first of all, I think the main reason why the haters hate this is because of the price. There's no way around that it costs 2,000 euros. Now, is it too much? Yes, it's too much. Like, for 2,000 euros, you can literally get a MacBook or a Windows laptop and you can get Ableton or Logic or whatever DAW you want to use. And I mean, feature-wise, bang for buck, there's no comparison. But I don't think that there are many people debating between this and a laptop with Ableton. And if you are, go for the laptop, because if you don't have a laptop, then you first need a laptop. The reason why people want this is because they want something fun on the go. Like you see, this is very portable, like it's very tiny, very small. You can grab it with one hand, it's like a little bigger than your phone, and you can put it in your backpack. And if you're like me, that you have many meetings, many cities, and you have to be in the train on the go, you can throw this in your bag, get to the train, put it out, make some music, put it back, go to your meetings, go back to the train, and put it out again. And I think that's nice, and that takes me to the second reason. This thing is very self-contained. You have a few synths, you have drums, and you have a way to record the synth and the drums. And while you don't get the best things, you don't get the best drums, and you don't get the best recorder, you still get a synth, you still get drums, and you still get recorders. And the fact that you don't really have to rely on external gear is very nice. And you know, like you still can use iPads, you still can use iPhones, and that's true, but I don't think there's anything quite like this as a dedicated device. And something that I have kind of against the OP-1 for being the go is these little knobs. Like, I would much rather having encoders like the OBZ, because you know, I put this on my backpack pretty often, and this sticks out too much, I think. But you know, that's kind of minor. And another thing that I think people like about the OP-1 is that it's very well made. If you ever hold one, you will realize that this thing is like well made. I don't know how to explain, but the finishing, the finishes, the tactile, the weight, they feel pretty nice. Now, the main things I have against the OP-1 are like some basic things that I think should be there for 2,000 euros. Like, you don't really buy this to be a competitor for Ableton. Like, everybody knows that you're gonna get less features in this thing than in Ableton. In part, people buy it for that because, you know, in part, the less you can do, the less features you have, the more creative you have to get within those features. But there are some basic things, very basic things that I don't really know why they don't exist here. First is the undo button. This thing is mainly made to be played. If you see the keys, they take a good chunk of the space. They are not sequencer buttons, they are keys and they are made to be played. And you know, they are not like piano keys, they are like kind of weird keys, and it's not very easy to get some parts or complex chord played on these keys. Many times you fail, but the one time you get it right, you are so happy, but then you accidentally press one key, and now you have to play it again. And then you're sad, and then you give up. And so, you know, like, I think there's a profile of person who actually likes this thing. And after talking to my friends and some other fellow musicians, I think the people who end up liking this a little more is the people who sometimes play instruments, and especially piano. Like, this thing, as I said, is mainly made to be played. This is not like an Electron Digitact that is thought around the sequencing workflow. This thing is mostly played because here you don't actually work with MIDI, you work with audio, and every time you want to record something, you are not recording the MIDI data, you are actually recording the audio. So if you want something exactly like it's in your mind, you have to play it. So if you are kind of more used to playing something, recording yourself, I think you will enjoy this a little more than if you are more used to like sequencing and drawing the MIDI in the piano roll or something like that. I also think that people who enjoy this a little more are the people who don't want all in a one box solution. You see, I said that it's nice because it's one in the box solution, but it isn't, right? Like you don't finish your tracks here. This is not meant for that. This is meant to come up with ideas and then moving on to Ableton at some point. And like in the way I use it, I don't even record from the OP-1 to Ableton that much. I mostly get the idea in OP-1 and I put it in Ableton because our synths that I prefer in Ableton. So like, and I think also people who enjoy this is people who have kind of all the gear that they need and they just want something fun, something else to play with. You have very nice graphics, it's very responsive, very snappy. So in my opinion, those are the main things that I think people like and dislike about the OP-1. Is this for you? I mean, if you have 2,000 euros to spare, you're on the go, you want something that allows you to make music anywhere easily, then this might be for you. So those are my takes on the OP-1. I hope you enjoyed this video. And by the way, the battery on this thing, it's amazing. Like I have had it for like 2 months and I have charged it like twice or once and I use it quite a lot. So I mean that's pretty amazing. But those are my takes on the OP-1. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.